Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be your November 2020 prediction. It's going to apply in December as well. Anyway, Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising. I use Western and Kabbalistic astrology for those who are new. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ella. And what I was going to say, yes, so Scorpios, actually yesterday I already uploaded your 2021 prediction. It is available in the membership community without the extended. So it's like approximately 1 hour long, but more if you want me to be precise, it's 54 minutes long video, no extended. So everything, half of it is your astrology highlights for the year, tendencies that I see with Western and Kabbalistic astrology, and another half of it is a tarot reading. And oh boy, 2021 is going to be so much better than 2022 was. And for Scorpios, I think I called your video something like the beginning of the best years of your life, because there is going to be such a tremendous focus on your healing, deepening of relationship. If you're in an existing relationship, if you're not in a relationship, I say specifically which degrees of Scorpios could suddenly meet someone. And anyway, it's both astrology and tarot, so you know it's not like just intuitive, but it's also based on your actual stars. Check it out. All you need to do is basically to get inside my membership, and it starts as low as $9.99, so you don't necessarily even have to go for higher tiers, but you can if you'd like to support my channel. If you join tier 2, it comes with access to live streams and interaction with me. If you join tier 3, it gives you an option to receive a private video just for you from me for a much discounted price than my regular services. So I think it's super great deal. But you can join also as low as $9.99 and get access to all exclusive videos, including to your approximately 1 hour long 2021 prediction that I posted yesterday, and you can watch it anytime during the year. There is no extended. Oh my god, it's a much better year. I hope to see you there. Links are going to be down below. One more announcement quickly before we start. My level 1 astrology course is open to enroll, and also my level 2 course now comes with automatic access to level 1. We discuss a lot of more advanced concepts and techniques in this course. We discuss composite charts. We're going to be discussing a lot of fixed stars, different transit techniques, synastry. I talk about different asteroids in the course. You have access to me to ask me any questions if you're studying astrology as well. So check it out. The link is going to be down below. There is even, I believe, an option to receive also mini reading with me at the tier 3. Check it out as well. Everything is about this is going to be in the description box. I thought it would be super nice right now for Scorpios, especially as you guys have such amazing 8th house transit. North node in the 8th could really push you towards studying astrology, studying the occult. So if you want to study astrology with me, check out my courses. I'd be so happy to have you there. Everything else, I don't want to take any more of your time. Everything else is in the description box. And anyway, Scorpios, you've been really good for me. I want to just take a moment also to say thank you guys. You've been really supporting your videos, sharing them, supporting the extended. Thank you. It really means a lot. I really hope you're enjoying this content. And anyway, let's see, November 2020. What do the stars hold for you? Great news, of course, is Mars is going to start moving direct in your 6th house. So you will notice how if maybe there's been some health issues, God forbid, that's been coming up, or maybe it's just there's been problems at work or some kind of enemies even, you will see how actually you had a fight probably with these things. You had to overcome something, and now all of this issue starts resolving. I'm trying to think what happened to me, because this has been going on since the end of July, and November 13 is when Mars starts moving direct. I think I got like upset tummy a few times, and also like my sleep was disturbed, but it's also because I'm Taurus sun, so my 12th house was also triggered. But yeah, it's almost like it's this kind of transit where you really have to watch your diet, you have to get enough sleep, you have to like eat well, rest, be healthy. So if you've been doing this, you're fine, nothing to worry about. And what else? And of course, yes, we have Mercury turning direct November 3rd. So for a lot of Scorpios, there has been, I talked about this in your previous videos, there has been a shift of identity. You started maybe really growing into yourself. I have a few friends who are Scorpio sun and moon. They actually did experience it in a little bit more challenging way. Like they had a bit of identity crisis, a couple of my close friends. As a Scorpio rising, I'm trying to think what's been going on with me. If anything, it's been great, because I felt like I'm a lot more free to express myself. and just be myself. But also, you know, a lot on how Mercury retrograde influences you will depend how Mercury is placed in your chart. For example, my Mercury is retrograde, and if yours is retrograde as well, from what I notice is that Mercury retrograde doesn't influence us as much as other people. If anything, I always say, like, this is the only time I can think straight, when Mercury is retrograde. But if not, and especially if Mercury been making some kind of hard aspects to your other planets, yeah, it might have been a time to, as always, revisit, go deep, reconsider something. But once again, November 3rd, this is when Mercury starts moving direct. Things get much, 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 much better. Anyway, let's see, Scorpios. There is a lot of amazing things coming for you in 2021. I cannot wait. We almost made it out of this year. So a little bit, couple more months. I'm already celebrating 2021. I feel like the energy is already shifted, but of course, Royal Saturn Jupiter conjunction, December 2020. This is when a major reset button for the world will come, and I talk about all this in your 2021 predictions, so check it out. Anyway, let's focus. Let's see what's coming up for Scorpios. Very nice, Ace of Cups. I did Taurus reading yesterday. They got Ace of Pentacles as the first card. You guys get the water. So, good stuff. Well, I feel like for a lot of Scorpios, month of November brings a lot of healing. It brings new love. If maybe you're already talking to someone and feelings and expression starts flowing that much easier. Could be a person who is a Pisces, or I'm seeing a very creative spiritual soul, somebody very in touch with their sensitivity, with their emotions, whether they're female or male, non-binary, whatever. So a person who is very much in touch with their emotions is who you're connecting with or will be connecting with. Alternatively, this is also your energy, so you might be feeling like there is something about Scorpios right now where there is a sense like you are really growing into yourself or blooming into yourself, something like that. You are letting yourself bloom. And I see that for those of you who are more creative Scorpios, like artists or any kind of, self-employed people, there is going to be a tremendous inspiration and healing where maybe there's been things that you've been keeping inside for so long, doubting whether you're good enough to actually pursue certain path or express yourself in certain way. And I see that in November, but maybe even when I'm recording this late October, you will suddenly feel like, wow, I don't need to overthink so much. I can just be me. I can just express myself. I can just let myself be, And of course, what's really standing out to me is this fish here, which is Pisces. We know that for Scorpios, 5th house is your Pisces house, which is what? Creativity, inner child, your actual children, your romantic relationships, your project, how you're having fun and enjoying this life. So there is all of these things that are going to be coming your way in November. Very, very good energy. Me likes this. I like this. Let's see. 2 of Pentacles. There are things I feel like you are still not very sure about. Like, there's a part of you that could be juggling something. It could be a situation, I feel like it's more work related than anything. You might be in a job where, you're kind of done with it. It's not necessarily bad, it's just you feel like it's time to do something else. So if it's that, you're kind of like trying to see how can I, keep that still going for as long as I need to, but also how can I make sure that my new ventures, my new projects, my new dreams, that I'm, giving them attention as well. So you're trying perhaps to juggle 2 projects because I feel like a part of you is not ready to fully release something from your life, but at the same time, you know that the time has come to start something new. Let's see what else. Just saw the Magician, by the way. So yeah, you're manifesting something. We have the 6 of Cups. So for a lot of you, this is also a return. And I feel like, yes, you could be reconnecting with people from the past, sure. But more than anything, this is a return. I'm hearing, what is it? What's her name? Mariella Williamson or Maria Williamson? Return to Love, the author of Return to Love book, this lady. And I'm hearing Return to Love. Some of you might be reading this book, Return to Love. I've actually never read this, but a few of my close friends did, and they all swear by it. They are like, you should read this, you should read this. I haven't had a chance yet, so as soon as I have, I will. So there's something I'm hearing, return to love. You might have read this book, reading this book, or maybe it just literally means you are returning, since your first card is Ace of Cups, you're returning to this very high vibrational Scorpio that you can be. The Scorpio who is full of love, full of passion, full of creativity, full of imagination. And I'm also getting that for some of you, there has been certain projects or certain dreams and ambitions that you've had before. You might have abandoned them. You might have not sure how to work on them. And actually this came up in your 2021 reading as well. I feel like there is a chance to reconnect. Like, let's say maybe you've been painting in the past, or dancing, or I don't know, it could be creative, but not necessarily. Or studying something, maybe even about school or university or something like that. And you had to stop that for whatever reason. And I feel like you're going to be able to come back to that. You're going to be able to return to that. And it's very sweet. You're very happy because of that. That makes you feel very happy. We also have here 9 of Swords. But you know what it is? There is a part of you that's really worried. I feel like you're doubting whether or not you're ready for your next chapter. You're not sure, like, can you actually do this? Because there is this part of you that it's like, no, let me keep myself safe. There's something about you that suggests that you want to keep yourself safe. It's almost like you don't fully believe whether or not this dream, this project you want to pursue is possible for you, or is it outside of your league or reach, or what if you're going to hurt yourself more, if you pursue that. What's interesting is that just I think a week ago, I was listening to this lecture by a rabbi who was saying something like, and it's like a Kabbalistic lecture. Basically, what he was saying, the whole point of that, to not get too sidetracked and diverted, was that when the totality of intention, your full intention, your full presence is somewhere, this is where manifestation happens. So if I'm 100% in something, when I'm 100% invested, when I'm in it, like my intention is complete and I don't doubt that this is where I'm going, when there is unity in my consciousness, when there is unity in my intentions, there is no way I cannot succeed. However, if I'm kind of split, I'm not sure, should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I maybe do something else? Or maybe should I juggle something? Or I'm halfway in, halfway not. And by the way, that's been Scorpio's energies for the past couple of years with all of this third house activation that you've had. I keep saying how I keep repeating myself, but it's true. Scorpios have been kind of more like Geminis, and Geminis been kind of more like Scorpios because of their 8th house activation, and you because of your 3rd house activation. So the thing is, the great thing about Scorpios is very often, you can have this all or nothing attitude, and if you win big. But if you lose, well, at least you've tried and you've hit that boundary, and the answer is no. But where Scorpios have been, I think, in the past few years, not just last year, I think it's been longer than, I think it's about 3 years or so that it's been going on, is that Scorpio's been kind of watered down a little bit. This has been your energy, this has been your attitude for some of you towards your project. And the thing is, the reason why you're not getting the full manifestation, full victory, full like the top of the top of the top of your game in something, is because you're not fully sure, do you even want to go there or not? Actually, this is something that I've been even experiencing myself in my life in the past few years. I've been not sure, should I go there, should I go there? And in the end, I couldn't manifest fully what is it I wanted, because I wasn't sure what is it I want. The secret for Scorpios is that you guys have to understand what you want. When Scorpio knows what they want, when they're fully aware, there is nothing that can stop a Scorpio. There is nothing that can stop a Scorpio, because when a Scorpio knows what they want, they are gonna give it their 155 million, percent. But the thing is, when Scorpio finds themselves in the place where they're not sure, should I do this or not? Do I really want this or not? Should I be wanting this or not? Which has been going on over the past few years, once again, because you've been a lot in your head. 3rd house is Gemini house. It's very mental. While Scorpio usually is the one who goes with their gut, with their, lower, part of their body, where you just feel that signal, do this or not, the instinct. And even also, actually, something about Scorpio is connected is the nose as well, to be able to smell things, to be able to... Anyway, literally, basically, the nose is the one that's the most connected to the soul, according to Kabbalistic astrology as well, because when you inhale something, it's like it goes straight, literally, you take in it into your essence. So to not get sidetracked with all of this, I just feel like for a lot of you, it's time to really, you know how in the notebook, random reference, but I have just a lot of messages popping up sometimes when I do your reading, because there's a lot going on with you. You know how in Notebook, and Ryan Gosling, by the way, is a Scorpio, sorry. You know how he's asking Rachel McAdams' character, whatever her name was, what do you want? What do you want? So the universe is pushing you right now, Scorpios. The universe is like, what do you want? What do you want? You know, like rewatch that scene from Notebook. And it's not just about love. It's about what do you want in your life? Do you want to be on a spiritual path? Is this what you really want? And okay, if you are on a spiritual path, what does it really mean to you? Do you want to just dedicate yourself to selfless service? Do you want to, I don't know, maybe open up some kind of non-traditional healing agency or something like that? Do you, like, maybe you don't want that at all. Do you want maybe to make a shit ton of money? You know, whatever it is you want, you have to own it fully. Or maybe you want love. You have to own whatever you want with 100% of your soul at the moment, because for as long as you're going to be in that state, which is not what you want to hear, I know. It's even triggering me myself right now a lot. I feel like the results are going to be just like that. Yeah, sure, you'll get a little bit. Yeah, sure, you'll get here. Yeah, sure, you get there. But that greatness, that victory, I feel like is only possible when you go beyond what's normal or what's typical or what's comfortable. And I know, of course, my messages are not for everyone. So if somebody's like, comments are closed most likely now, but I remember somebody a while ago wrote to me something like, oh, right now is crisis and this and this and that. I understand, but the thing is, like, I'm talking about going beyond physical. So maybe my message is only for some of you guys, not for everyone. But this is more about than just survival. And, you know, as Scorpios, we need to know better about that survival is not ultimately the purpose of our existence here. It's about leaving our mark. And I feel like a lot of you are being called to step into that version of yourself where you will be able to leave your greatest mark in this world. What is it? What is your true destiny? Another reference I'm going to use, because this is a very powerful moment for you guys, as you guys are coming into December and the new year. You know, if you ever watched the Batman with the Christian Bale character, you know, that scene in the last one, you know, some people like it, some people don't, the film, but I thought it was good. You know, that's part where he was in this pit, right? And Batman, Bruce Wayne more like, had to figure out how to climb out of that pit. And remember how when he was doing it with a backup, how when he was doing it with a rope, he kept failing, he kept hurting himself, he kept procrastinating, wasting time, while, you know, in the movie Gotham was destroyed, right? But then this old man, for those of you who haven't seen that movie, that old man tells him, go without the rope. The child who, by the legend, right, climbed out of the pit had no rope. So no backup, only plan A, right? No plan B. Because when you have plan B, and maybe you shouldn't follow this advice, but this is the message your guides want me to tell you. Because I personally always have a plan B, but who knows, maybe this is not the right way. But basically, like, when you only have one way and it's all or nothing, you're either gonna fail or you're gonna succeed. So it's like they're showing me that movie scene where it's like, do it without the rope. And then he does it, right? And in the movie, he finally succeeds. He just, all these bats are flying and stuff. I always like that scene for some reason. It's really like, I don't know, maybe it's a very Scorpio energy. It like really activated something in me. So I feel like soon you will be presented with this moment where you'll have to make a big choice. It's gonna be scary. Let's see, and that's why I think this is why this card explains it all pretty much. We don't have a bat here, but we have an owl, so close enough. Let's see what else. Queen of Wands, because at the end of the day, and I know this is like a fire sign card, but here it represents you. You have to feel like you're in control of your own destiny, like you're the one who calling the shots in your life, in your own life. Are you calling the shots in your own life, or you kind of just let things, you know how sometimes, like I remember this very well when I was like about 19, 18 years old, I was like, oh, I'm gonna conquer the world and, you know, whatever, do whatever I need to do. I had this clarity, this intensity in me, and that's why I kept succeeding in my project. But then as you get older, you know, 20s, maybe late 20s, that time, certain things in life go on autopilot. You do some job, you pay your bills, but you forget why you're even here. And sometimes you just feel like I'm gonna make another, and I hope you guys not hating me, and I know I gave you a lot of readings, so don't hate me. But I know that Kanye West is a very controversial figure. However, I think he's a genius. And there was this one interview where he said something about how, we're living in this, according to him, simulation, and how there is all these coffee tables calculating you at some point of your life into some job, into the traffic, and you are no longer in control. You are a part of this matrix, right? You're just living your life as, the system is pushing you to live. So are you that kind of Scorpio? Are you just kind of living here to get by and you don't even remember what are you doing here? Or are you someone who calls the shots? Are you someone, the black cat, of course, is the occult. The red color is the passion, and the ones, of course, also passion, creative inspiration. Or are you someone who is using your intensity and depth and passion to actually be the creator of your own life, of your own reality? That is the question you will have to ask yourself. Impressive reading. I'm very impressed with you guys today. And I actually didn't feel like doing readings today. I didn't sleep well last night, but I was like, I have a message for Scorpios, let's do it. You have 7 of Swords upright with the 9 of Wands reversed. Interesting energy. I don't feel like it's necessarily anyone. I feel like it's you with 9 of Wands reversed. You've been very hesitant to take a step forward. Alternatively, also, I feel like people around you have been a bit intimidated by you as you started again coming into your power, not watering yourself down, like maybe you did for a moment. I feel like you are coming out of this hesitant energy and you're coming into the Queen of Wands. I also see that you're doing something with the 7 of Swords, and not to spill all your secrets, but with the 7 of Swords, there's something you're doing. You have a plan, I feel like, but you're not telling others. It's almost like you have a plan, you have an exit plan. So maybe you're part of a company and, it's like you don't really want people to know that, let's say, you're interviewing at other companies or looking to exit or whatever the situation is. I feel like there's something you're going to be exiting, but it's not going to be like, hi, I'm leaving in 2 months. It's going to be something where you're going to calculate for yourself a new life, a new reality. And you're going to almost like, I don't want to say sneak in, because I don't feel like you're lying to anyone or whatever, but I feel like you are keeping your plans and what you're doing very private. Because we all know, right? People have their opinions, their evil eye, whatever else, whatnot. So you're keeping your plans private, what you're doing. And by the time you will manifest what is it you want, and I feel like you will manifest that, many people who look down on you, maybe at your work, maybe in your family, maybe your loved ones, that relationship went toxic. It's almost like people stopped expecting much from you. It's like maybe years ago, everyone looked at you as this person who is capable of all this greatness and who has so much in front of them. But then something switched, and almost like people started looking at you like you are just an average Joe or Jane. Nah, this is just this Scorpio, whatever. And it's triggered you. Scorpios, most Scorpios, especially risings, have midheaven, Leo, where there is a desire to have certain notoriety in the world, to have certain... It's not necessarily about financial status, but it's more like you want people to respect you. You want people to look up to you. Of course, Scorpios also have 3rd house Capricorn, which is when you speak the truth, and you're someone who speaks in a serious way. You're not joking around when you speak. You're serious about your message, about what you're here to say to the world. So I think what's been triggering you and what's been hurting you is that many people for quite some time haven't been respecting you. And it could come in many different ways. It could come in ways maybe somebody was lying to you, cheating you, ignoring you. Maybe people were just like not giving you a raise at your company, or just looking at you like you are just this whatever, nobody. And as much as you don't care, I feel like once again, it's like you know who you are. And you started asking yourself at some point, so maybe I'm indeed on the wrong path if like the way I am viewed by others. Or it's not like, once again, Scorpios don't really care what people say or think of them, but it's more of a, I don't know how to explain this correctly, to be honest, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It's more like you don't want nobody to think about you like you are just someone to mess with, or that you're someone insignificant. You know that it's time for you to find a place for yourself where you're able to be who you truly were meant to be when your soul chose to came into this world. There is a desire for greatness. There is this desire for, you know, for certain, I don't know, for the lack of a better word, notoriety, this glory that you want. And I think you will take steps towards that. I don't think at this point you have much to worry about, because it's almost like, you know, when people don't see it coming from you, when in a way it's even easier, because when people don't expect anything from you, they just look at you like, whatever, this is just average person. You actually have an opportunity to come out of nowhere and surprise the heck out of everybody. Maybe in the past you didn't succeed in your endeavors because there's been so much pressure and so much that people have been expecting of you. So now no one does. In a way, you are kind of free to do whatever. You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. I remember, and it's interesting because North Node is transiting Scorpio's 8th. I remember when last time North Node was transiting my 8th, I believe I was like in middle school or something. Not primary, I think it was middle school. And I remember that in my school there were all these popular kids, dressed nice, whatever, you know, kind of like, if you ever seen the movie, what do you call it, Mean Girls? You know, Mean Girls, like everybody had this super nice stuff and clothes, and I didn't have that at that point. I remember everyone was kind of looking at me that I'm just gonna be like a nobody in my town and stuff. But then I actually, what was interesting is that North Node came into the 8th. It took me on a totally different path than where I thought I was gonna go. And what was very interesting, from all my school, I was the only person who actually like moved to the US, studied here, whatever. But people looked at me at that point where that I'm never gonna become anybody, that I'll be just whatever, you know, barely finish high school and something. So, and I remember it was like right around, I remember this energy is like being bullied or being like not respected right before North Node wasn't going to my 8th, and then North Node came into the 8th, and 8th house is a natural house of Scorpios. I remember I really found myself then. So for a lot of you Scorpios right now, second half of 2020 and 2021, you are reclaiming the heck out of yourself. So whoever thinks of you that you are not successful according to whichever metrics exists in today's society, or that you are a weak competitor, you know, I don't even know how, there's I think a good slang in English, something like, anyway, I'm not gonna say it, but it's like, watch out, because Scorpios are about to have their glory. Let's see what else. I want to keep going for Scorpios. I hope you're enjoying this little conversation we're having today. I always have the best conversations, by the way, with all my other Scorpio friends. Like some of my closest friends have Scorpio suns and moons. We can talk for hours and hours and hours, and I feel like no one ever understood me as much as other Scorpios. This is just people who are on the same, I don't know, vibration. Because guess what, baby? The Magician. You are manifesting it. You have everything in front of you. But you know what? You don't need anything here. What's interesting about the Magician, and especially in Rider-Waite too, he has everything in front of him. The wands, element of element of fire, element of earth, element of water, you know, air. He has all of this in front of him. Yet he's not touching any of that, because the power is in the mind, the power is in the spirit. So he understands how to transcend and even affect physical nature by the power of connection to the higher realities, to the higher self. So you have everything in front of you, but you might not even need to do much, because as long as you finally get clear in your mind and in your heart, what is it you want? I'm trying also to remember the song that's coming to me is from the movie with Eminem. What was that song? Hold on. Something, I got every ingredient I need is the courage. I don't know of 8th Mile which song it was, but something basically you have everything in front of you. You're just gonna do it. You're gonna make it. I'll take one more card for Scorpios. You have great things coming for you guys. Eight of Cups. But you know what it is? It's also about finally having the courage to respect yourself enough, to believe in yourself enough, to know when it's time to walk away from things that you've outgrown, from things that are just not fulfilling anymore. You know how they say, when love is no longer being served at the table, you gotta get up and leave. So I know that for a lot of you, you're trying to think how to maybe still juggle something and not completely leave behind. We'll see how it goes. It will of course depend for those of you, for all of you, based on your charts and stuff. But there is a completion of something. And as you leave behind something you were afraid to say goodbye to for so long, you step into this new destiny, this new reality, this completely different movie. Wow. Mind blown. Recovery. And it's also, it comes with, I think, for those of you who guys have been dealing with something, God forbid, health-wise or whatever. But it's not just that. It could be maybe emotional recovery, energetic recovery. You might have been drained by things like, I feel like people been using your energy and people been leaning on you and relying on you, and you were kind enough to be there for everyone, but very few appreciated you, very few. And I think part of the lesson here is to learn to let go and forgive of that with grace for people who didn't, understand what you did and how much you've given. And when you forgive and when you let go, that's when you detach yourself. Why forgiveness is so important? Because when we forgive, even if it's our enemy or somebody who hurt us, it is the easiest way to cut cord. People always ask you like how to cut cords, whatever. But really, I remember even with some of my enemies, let's put it this way, when I experienced the hate towards them and whatever, I kept feeding that energetic connection. The second I was like, oh, God bless all of them, I'm just like, leave me alone, forgive you. Energetic connection was removed. It's the easiest way to cut cords, to let go and to forgive. You don't need to do no ritual, no whatever. You can, of course, but something I've learned in my life. Let yourself, for those of you who feel like it, let yourself recover from all of this as you're stepping into this new destiny. Anyway, Scorpios, I think that's where I'm going to end this. We'll take this to the extended. Wow, I gave you a lot today, so I hope you guys like it. Link to the extended is going to be down below. We'll keep going with this reading. We'll keep going with the tarot. We use some other tarots as well. Once again, your yearly prediction is here. Check it out. Link to join the membership is in the description box. Once again, you can join as low as $9.99. It's 1 hour long reading. It comes with no extended, so even if you were getting like the extended, it's still much cheaper than that. So check it out. Amazing reading. Good stuff is coming. Link to my astrology courses, everything else in the description box. I love you all, Scorpios. A tons. Love you all. We'll talk soon. Bye. All right. Was it Leo that broke your heart? I didn't want to say it, but here he comes or she comes. Strength to the 5 of Cups, of course, 8 of Cups, 5, love, romance, number of Leo, strength. This happened to me. Why did I have to go through this? I feel like for a lot of you, it's painful what happened with that person because you've been given so much hope. It really felt like this was the one. It really felt like that. It really felt that really this is the one. This is it. This is the one you've been dealing with before. Oh. I like that. Queen to the King of Pentacles. This is counterparts. I don't reverse. For some of you, also marriage is in the cards. I discussed this in your 2021 prediction as well. There's transits that could signify marriage.